So is Glaive, and he's ready on short. Detected a few players on the other side.
Zipic still waiting for the chance to catch off anyone going toward the monster tunnel, but Simple's got the shot and set. The first kill of the finals goes to the man who's likely going to be at the hand of quite a few of those throughout this game. And it's Dupree to respond. Magisk still on the mound as well, watching to see if anyone will cross in. So far, no one will. And Magisk still just waiting around. Has to swing out to get aggressive. Bomb's already going down. Very passive plan for Sandbags, but Magisk finds two toward the pillar. Device on rotation coming out in the flank has already found Zeus and Edward. If his plan was to hold short and peek the defuse, he's got a big problem ahead of him, but he finds two, and they're not on the defuse, which means now he actually can pull around back. Looks for the headshot of Magisk, and he won't land it. So close, yet so far, Magisk finds 3 kills.
The defuse will come in. They got a little bit scary for them there.
Shot from Edward yet again. We saw in the pistol how close he was, despite that they got the defuse. Found the kill on him from Magisk. Dupree in the corner, very far in the corner. Not often you get someone pushed out quite that far on an angle, and it works to find 2. Simple does get the response, and we fall to 3 aside. MP9 Scout M4 versus AK UMP Deagle. You could argue the range is fairly level between those, given the Deagle can certainly be a problem, but Zeus is even more upgrade onto the AK. It's that gun that has the accuracy, and the man to wield it device more than capable of hitting the headshot takes Flamey down.
Well then, Astralis take the advantage once more. Simple there with the smoke. They've both got AK-47, and Zeus with no armor makes it incredibly difficult. He spots one behind the APC, trying to flash in his teammate. Didn't actually deploy, but the smoke is down, but there is a gap. Zeus will try and exploit that, make his way towards the side. They still need to try and get this bomb down, but first the kill has to come through. Zeus battling tooth and nail a Simple Clancy. He's done a good job, and now they've got a post-plant situation.
Simple pushing aggressively. Finds Device on the back stairs. Brings it down immediately to a 2-on-2, and now the favor with them because no kits. A single smoke for Zipic, but he's on the MP9, and they've got 2 AKs to confront. Zeus is low enough HP that MP9, even at range from the bag stairs, can still take him down very quickly. Zeus times his slide out to perfection. 1-on-1 with Zipic. Mechanics favor him, but Simple's got the aim.
I would suggest no. He's going to take an absolutely stunning shot here to find anything at all as they encroach in his position. He holds on towards A, presence from middle, and indeed towards long. There's the armor being a factor. He gets tagged up to 19 HP, and that should be the round. I don't see a world where Zipic can really hold them off here. Simple confirms it. Mages, we know he's good with the Deagle, but not quite good enough here. Nice clean round from NaVi. They fend off the force fight. Should be
Zeus, he's on 46. So far, so good in terms of damage from Astralis, but 54 seconds left. Now the AKs come to play. Electronic able to slide in, makes contact, but he's dinked as well. 2 and 7. This is a full eco from Astralis. And although there's 5 alive, it becomes a bit of a problem if they're not careful here, because Astralis can start to get the lineups.
See if that happens here. It looks to be a NaVi round, as Simple and Zeus will confirm that indeed. Just Dupree who holds on, and you are completely right. That was a full eco. No investment whatsoever. They forced in the previous round. And it's going to be 3-1 NaVi and Astralis. Yes, they can buy next round, but it still will be weak. But remember, Device did keep that extra $1,000 when his teammates went for the all-in purchase. So he should be able to get the orb still. It just won't be a complete buy. If you've got a UMP to them to saying, you know what? They might not expect. We'll just run around as a group.
2 evils, perhaps.
Exactly. They might not have played it at all and just don't want to play Nuke, be demoralized by having another loss against Astralis in that map. But here we go. The commitment, it's a scrappy one towards B, but Zipex, he'll burn the line first. Great shot from Electronic. As at the B bomb site cracked wide open at this point. 3 players remaining, and remember, no kits here, Matt. Unless Glaive can find 2 very quick kills right now, there's no chance of this retake. It might not even be worth considering.
Double tap toward the backside of the entrance at Monster, but gotta be careful as well if they push through the smoke. Edward's still there. Glaive, he's pretty much completely antithesis side of it as he wants to try and jump across. He will get up above, drops down. Edward's falling back toward the sandbags. That's a kill. Dupree with 19 tries to get away without being sprayed. Device will hold on to the AWP as well. It's going to go 4-1. Again, no money for Astralis. Fantastic start on the T side for NaVi.
That's the sort of round you want to present when you know the money's weak on the CT side. You can go for these little executions and these 5-man gambits towards the bomb site because they don't necessarily have A. Remember, he's got that rifle as well. They focused all the firepower here towards A, and it might not last too long as Edward will find the first.
Yeah, he didn't see him. He didn't know he was against the wall, so he didn't have time to react. Now, Device has problems, but he's got Glaive to protect one side. He realizes it and looks back to long. Shadow shows, remember, towards bathroom. His Device has to be so silent and so sure of his shot on the AWP. He's got a bit of aggro pulled away, but Simple knows what that means. He's not going to overcommit to the shot all the way back toward the flowers because he's well aware the AWP is still in the bathrooms. Instead, plays an angle that isolates. Baits
solo. He has got Dupree right down there and long as well. Can't really back him up in this particular scenario, but he might not need their help. Great shot to open things up.
Tries again to go to the front side of the bathrooms as well, firing through the double boxes. 2 down. That's just 1. Simple finds Magisk. Device is low enough as well, but he's also on the AWP, which is a factor. Smokes going in as they are. They could boost above that toward the dumpster. Touchdown on Simple. He had nowhere to go in Device. There you go. He catches actually the nade from the man he previously killed. Flamey gets him from the grave, but it's all onto Zeus, and I think he's aware that Dupree's in the corner. Dupree likewise is aware that he is out of They're both fully blind, and they're both out of ammo. Awkward exchange, but it won't matter. With 10 seconds left, the round is over. Zeus just has to try and survive.
He's going down after the timer, boys. They know it. That's why he's actually challenging now because he wants to die. It sounds weird. Don't kill him yet. Now you kill him. Perfect. That's what he wanted to do.
Zeus doesn't go back to the corner at that point.
I don't know.
Identifying the fact that the op's on A, not even going to challenge it. Back over toward B. However, op on A, 2 on B. Crossfire set, but just has to be perfect on Monster. Glaive, oh, that's a clever nade. Bounce it right over the ledge. They know he's likely waiting just beyond vision, staying away for the Molotov. Magisk, he's got 1, he goes down. Device is found on rotation immediately, so it's Glaive inside of the site they have to worry about. He's inside of the smoke. Shots will rain out and give his position away. And allows Electronic to find a 6th, and again, that's going to be a Bay. Never mind that we've got that boost, but still out toward water position, toward construction. Not been spotted. Could be a surprise for them. Glaive gets found. Electronic, good shot. Catches him jumping back down. Bomb will be planted now. So, Simple at this point knows he's lurking for free kills. He'll get Device. It puts us at the point where we can also start to look at that kill distribution as Edward finds Magisk. There's the one for Xipix. They find something at least on the Deagle, but he'll go down. Dupree, his Deagle always finds something, and it's going to be Simple that he gets. 10 kills for Simple leads the way. Edward sits on 8. He's been talked about recently as someone who needs to step up again if NaVi want to find a way forward.
Yes.
In the results, Dupree leads the way. And as I say it, he's actually going to make this very expensive for NaVi. He leads the way for Astralis by getting 9 kills.
Now.
Very defensive, so we're behind the fence even in case anyone wants to walk up the stairs. Does get an angle on Magisk. Further kill, as we saw on Dupree by way of Flamey. Xipix down, Device. Thought he might find a double headshot as Electronic didn't quite have the angle, but slides out nonetheless to get the kill on the AK. Glaive now left with a CZ. And we'll see if he can find the 4th one.
Map. It's going to be an A execution here. 40 seconds remaining. See smokes being lined up as CT steps, and indeed the bank they'll be deployed momentarily. That smoke towards the end of long doesn't actually do a whole lot. That gap allows the teams to make their way through, but the incendiary will slow them down. They need frags here. They can't sit back in defensive position, and Dupree knows it. Has to find kill as he lines one up, takes one down, but an instant trade comes in. Zeus will take a Xipix, and the smokes are spot on here. Dupree stifled on the bomb side, but Magisk does find one back, and there it is. The spray down from Glaive. It denies absolutely everything, and 3 players survive. Astralis for the first time, like we said, double orbs. Glaive normally brings it out when things get a bit desperate for them.
And that flash to clear the connector, it's confirmation for Device that he can just stare in this direction. He does not have to worry about the door. Dupree has that covered instead. There's not an angle by which it overlaps and they can see, but a flash off. Dupree has to step out momentarily to try and keep the angle against Electronic. He'll get 1. Backs into the wall, and out comes Device once more. He's nailed it as well. It's a perfect setup. It's by design, and it is to perfection as they get Zeus walking in front. Edward realizes the problems, and they'll back away from long immediately. Bomb is down in the front of bathrooms, and you're right, this is a reset potential, so how much is at stake for Astralis, and how much can they risk on the NaVi side? Dupree's going to give himself up to Simple.
10 seconds remaining. That confirms the round for Astralis, and it looks like they'll only drop 1 player as well. That is very good news. They need to keep decent numbers up here to really get themselves back in this game. Simple is terrifying in the bathrooms, but Device.
Electronic contact on B. Knows Glaive's also behind the barrels and wants to try and flush him out as well, and he's going to do exactly that. Double headshot on entry. Now can hold off as he jumps up toward the window. Electronic is absolutely static electricity at this point in time. And he's certainly making Astralis seem static. They're not doing anything to try and distill him from the site. They walk in once again, but the bomb is over toward long. So there's no access onto B. The fact that it's a 4-on-2 nonetheless opens up options. The problem being there's 19 seconds. And Device, thinking maybe he's saving, suddenly stays on A and realizes they're actually heading toward him.
That incendiary is actually perfect. That's going to buy them enough time to actually get towards the site here. It was looking a little bit terrifying, but Dupree continues to apply the pressure once again. They're not watching the flanks. It goes down to a 2-on-2.
Bomb barely got planted. Flamey went down the second it touched the ground. They're not watching the flanks, and you're right. The fact that they didn't have the bomb near enough to the site, all of Electronic's work comes undone. Edward and Zeus have to find Dupree. They know he's entering from the bathrooms, but he's already checked the side. Oh, the 180 nearly gets away.
Oh my goodness, you gotta respect it. You can see NaVi barely celebrates.
To not have to get slowed down, hindered on the way to the site, but still just 30 seconds to go. Device angle between the brick. He's actually going to change that unit to his advantage, but he oversteps. That's when Simple peaks. It works out very fortunately for NaVi. Dupree trying to get lost inside the smoke. He's just going to get knocked out of the round. That's two given up. Does nothing to try and watch out for the stairs. His teammate's only arriving now. Again, though, it's the flank. Electronic, he gets taken down. They don't even check it. Simple's going to have to watch it. Gets the wall bang right, but Magisk is still alive, and they can trade off of this. Can they? Oh my goodness! He might be Simple, but he's not stupid. He comes out once more to find Zipix, and it's Glaive all alone, all very, very alone. 10-4 NaVi.
If you think back to that grand final last week, no one expected Train from Liquid, and it surprised Astralis. They looked rattled because they didn't prepare for that particular map. Now, I'm going to suggest they didn't prepare for Cash whatsoever. They have not got time to look back on anything. This could be a really exciting second map if NaVi can close this game out. They're making a convincing case to do so. Clinical precision there from the two stars at the end. Simple. The first headshot here, spots one. Realizes is out of contention now. Will have to fall back and reposition. The smoke's deployed. This is a full commitment coming in from Astralis.
Flamey has absolutely no vision, but he takes a few shots through the smoke just in case. They can actually go up on top of the bomb boxes at this point, and they will. Just to get the vision, he can control the situation, he can get the read, the information, and they can potentially plant the bomb, but it's all gone wrong. Flamey, Electronic, and Edward, they've all got kills. Just by playing on the truck, Edward's going to do everything, and NaVi's got the 12.
That's when they're going to have the SMGs. They'll be running at you at all facets, just like this. Simple. Okay, well, shooting the ceiling as well, I guess. And he's looking for his second kill here. He just wants to get it over with. He knows he's won this round.
You got to admire the man. Fires it a few times and just sprays to the roof because why not? Look at the sleep. Maybe that's what it was. It was the bat signal. Time should amount to a very least a bomb plant, and it will.
There we go. Zipex watches the flank. You can see he knows what's up towards that position. That's how you should be patrolling it. It will be an Astralis round, their first of the half. But remember, as I mentioned, this is the round where NaVi, they take a bit of a gamble. They come in and keep their SMGs. It's not technically a full gun round here. They will have enough cash to buy up again and even bring out a simple AWP. So yes, Astralis have negated this round, but the problems begin once more as we get into round number 19. It's going to be Edward to save the M4. Zeus looking for a rifle as well. Is there one there? I think there is. He probably knows better than I do. Just the UMP for him for now. As he holds up, Glaive doesn't really have to hunt this. It's not worth giving up his AK. And there it is. Just Edward waiting there. This is going to be a difficult hold. He'll flash and do whatever he can, but it doesn't look good. He's going down here for sure. If he gets one, I'll be impressed. But Glaive takes care of him. I wouldn't even go for this retake if I'm NaVi at this point. The money's going to be wrecked. He's now lost Zeus as well. No choice but Electronic and Flamey just to hold on to their rifles. Great stuff from Astralis. Good mid-round call. Reading it very well indeed. If you walk into a bomb site, you've got 4 players up, and there's just one player there, you take him down, no problem. It's definitely over. You can't even consider the retake at that point. Zeus tried it, taken down, and you can't really blame Edward for that one. He had to try and hold a position, get at least a kill, and flashed off. Send back down to the water, taken down with the wall bang by Glaive. They'll keep 4 players up. We did say Astralis had to avoid the reset there, and they've done that in particular fashion. What a shot. Lovely stuff from Device. Finds Electronic. He's going to get this one as well. Not quite. Flamey will survive in the bathrooms, it seems, but 3 Astralis players will as well. There we go.
Open on the CT side because the economy starts to slip away. Great first pick from Simple. Certainly is to the benefit. Oh my goodness, the Flamey gets caught out, gap in the smoke as it was dissolving, and he was unaware that he was going to be so exposed as Magisk got the shot at return. That puts pressure on Pit. Edward thankfully supporting Zeus, who's only on the CZ as such. He wants to get inside of the smoke, but Magisk, he seems to be exactly that. A magician around the smoke, tries to pull the rabbit from the hat to find Zeus as well, but can't do it. It's the CZ to get the kill. But look who's been walking the whole time. If he had the bomb right now, imagine that. Unfortunately, he does not.
That's fantastic work from Zeus there. Lovely, aggressive work, taking attention away from Simple at the same time. But they have no information that Glaive is here. He has smokes, Molotov, and a flashbang. Heads towards Heaven at this point. They need to be very aware. I'm not sure Zeus is. Their timing might save him at this point. Glaive will have to show himself and doesn't spot him. That is unbelievable. The timings in CSGO sometime, and Simple, one step ahead, detects the play towards Heaven, takes him down.
All right, pump the brakes perhaps, because they're going to back out on the NaVi side, not even attempt to get the retake underway. 14 now to 7. They'll cut it back in half. Still 2 to go for NaVi, so saving these weapons certainly gives them a bit more purchase power down the line, and they can afford to give up a few if they require. And maybe even should do with the money the way that it is. Rely on these 2 weapons and not get baited into over-purchasing. It's been back and forth. These last few rounds, 2 in a row for Astralis, 1 for NaVi, and this will be now another for Astralis.
Simple will save the orb. Electronic with a rifle. Those are the names that have been topping the scoreboards, taking the heads off the shoulders of Astralis, and it will be enough. I wouldn't even give a Magisk in a 1v1 against the UMP, especially at that range. It should have been his. Edward's done a great job there, but Zeus gives it up in return, and they might commit on that.
Smoke down, Edward there. Cross is over. It's taken out by Dupree. Let's see if the gap was there or not, but perhaps it was. Just not quite been covering all the way to the wall as of yet, as it just bloomed. Nonetheless, Simple. He's still waiting with an AWP in the open, wanting someone to walk in, confident enough in his aim to be that fast. You can see him snapping back and forth to both sides. 3 players up still for Astralis as they get the bomb down. And Simple, desperate to get inside of the site, will work with his teammate, try and trade the angle. His teammate already on the platform. Someone's got to look toward Monster, though. They find the first on Electronic. The other 2 are already on the pillar. It's going to be followed up. Electronic's got another. Dupree, the only one left on Monster, and he doesn't have the angle to the bomb. They can get on top of this. He's got to swing wide. He'll find the first on Simple. Electronic gets the trade. And Simple loves it. Electronic is the man he needs to be the duo. The bottom of the ladder is going to be a massive problem if he's quick. Simple just got Glaive.
Where? That's insane.
That's a long trip of smoke.
Well, he's got another one. This guy, he's looking to take us all the way in the grand final. Cash is a question mark, but still, it looks like NaVi might have done enough. Zipex and Device left in a 3 versus 2 here. Device has got the B bomb side though, but the bomb all the way in the short pipe.
Is slow. He's slow to rotate.
Yeah.
He's still in the short pipe, checking back towards spawn. I was going to say, did Edward not see him? I saw it on the overview. He did actually look back that direction. Bomb down.